Hi kids! This is me, your teacher Erica. How are you today? So I hope that you're doing good. So today we are going to discuss about addition of fractions. In our previous lesson, it's the same topic, addition of fractions, but it is alike denominators. Today we are going to add fractions with unlike denominators. Alright? Are you ready? Okay. So, first, I'm going to show you this one again. Just a quick recap. This is how you're going to simplify your answer. So, this one, we have here 5 over 4, right? So, this is an improper fraction. If your answer is improper fraction, then you have to make it into a mixed number. Alright? So just like this one. This will be a final answer. So how many 4 are there in 5? It's 1, right? And then what's number left? 1. And then copy the denominator. Alright? So another example here. If this is your answer, 6 over 2, you have to simplify it. So this time, this kind of fraction, you can divide the 2 in 6. Alright? So 6 divided by 2, it's 3. Okay. So here, another example. So this is as well an improper fraction. Why? Because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So now, if the answer or if the fraction is improper, in answering, you have to convert it into mixed number. So how many 3 are there in 5? I mean in 7. There are 2 3s, right? That's why it's 2 here. And then what's number left? It's 1. So 1 and then copy the denominator. Alright? Okay. So this is how you're going to simplify your answer. Okay, now let's proceed. We have here the first example. We have 4 over 75 plus 6 over 15. Now you see that it's not, they are not the same, right? The 75 here and then the 15. So now, teacher, how can we add the fractions? Okay, so first, for us to add a fraction, we need to have the same denominators. Alright, so since this one is a bigger number and this one is a smaller number, let's try to make this one the same number, 75. So what do you think the number that we could multiply to 15 that will make it 75? I'll show you the process right now. Okay, like this one. So here, the 6 over 5, we have to multiply it by 5 so that we can have a 75. Okay? Because our goal is to make the same denominator. So we have to multiply it by 5. So whatever the number that you're going to multiply in the denominator, you have to do the same in the numerator. So 15 times 5, 75. Alright? And then 6 times 5, 30. Okay? So now we have 30 over 75. From 6 over 15, it becomes 30 over 75. Okay, now we can add because we now have the same denominators. So 4 over 75, which is this one here. Okay, 4 over 75 here. Alright. And then we have now, instead of 6 over 15, you write 30 over 75. Okay, now we have the same denominators, right? Okay, so now we can add. Okay, add the numerators. 4 plus 30. It's 34. Alright. And then just copy the denominator. So now we have 34 over 75. Okay, as the final answer. Okay, so do you think, is there any number that is divisible to 34 and 75? No, they don't have any common. This one is divisible by 2 and not with this one. 75 is divisible by 5 but not with in 34. So there is no any other number that divisible both in 34 and 75. So we can no longer simplify our answer. So this is now a final answer. Okay, 34 over 75. Next, we have 1 over 2 or 1/2 plus 8 over 11. So again, different denominators. Our goal is to make these fractions the same denominators. So this is the process, guys. So now first we have here 1 over 2 and then 8 over 11, right? So this time we have to find the numbers that you will going to multiply to denominator 2 and 11, which can make both the same. Okay, this time we have to change each fractions. Alright, so 1/2, we have to make it 11. Multiply it by 11 here. And then this one, to make it 22. And then the 11, we have to multiply it by 2 here. So whatever that you did to the denominator, you have to, whatever the number that you multiply to the denominator, you have to multiply the same number to the numerator. So now we have 11 here, right? 1 times 11, 11. 2 times 11, 22. Here, 8 times 2, 16. 11 times 2, 22. Okay? So we can multiply or change each fractions given when necessary, because if, example, the 2 here, you're going to multiply it by, there is no any number that you can multiply to 2 that could make it 11. So that's why we need to change both fractions when necessary, alright? So now from 1/2, we now have 11 over 22. Okay, 11 over 22 here. And then plus, instead of 8 over 11, make it 16 over 2. 16 over 22. So now we have the same denominator, guys. Alright? So we can now add 11 plus 16 equals 27. Alright? 27. Okay, this one here. And then just copy the denominator, 22. So what have you noticed here? This is an improper fraction. So again, you have to make it into mixed number. Alright. How many 22 are there in 27? Only 1. What's number left? 5. And then copy the denominator, 22. Understand? Alright. So the final answer that we have is, okay, 27 over 20. Okay, the final answer is in the red color, 1 and 5 over 22. Do you understand? I hope you do. Okay. So next, another exercise. Alright, so we have here 8 over 12 plus 9 over 11. So this time, okay, this is how you're going to solve this problem. So 8 over 12, and then we have 9 over 11. So this time, the same as the previous one, we need to change each of them because there is no example here in 12. There is no number, or example 11. the smaller number. There is no number that can multiply to it that could make it 12, right? So that's why we need to change both fractions. Okay, so here we need to multiply by 11. So of course you will do the same to the numerator, right? Whatever you do to the denominator, or whatever the number that you multiply to the denominator, you're going to multiply the same number to the numerator. Now here, so 8 times 11, 88. 12 times 11, 132. Here, okay, 9 times 12, 108. 11 times 12, 132. You have to find, like this one, you have to find the number, like this one, 12. This one, 11. This one, 12. Why? Because our goal is to make both the same, okay? The denominator, because that's only we can add, right? So this is how we can make it the same denominators, by multiplying 12 to 11 and 11 to 12. So here now we have 88 over 132, okay, plus 108 over 132. Now we have the same denominators, we can now add the numerators. So 88 plus 108 equals 196. Then copy the denominator. So this is again an improper fraction. You have to make it into mixed number when necessary. So how many 132 in 196 or 196? It's 1. And then what's number left? 64. Then copy the denominator. Now you see here, look at this, 64 and 132. Is there a number that is visible both to 64 and 132? Yes, it has. There is a number. Okay, what do you think that number is? Okay, it's 4. Alright, it's 4. So you have to divide both by 4. So 64 divided by 4. It's 16. Okay, 132 divided by 4. The answer is 33. So just copy 1. Then, okay, then copy the answer. So this is the final answer. You really have to simplify your answer in its simplest form. Alright? Because this is not yet the final answer. This is not yet the final answer. Okay? Make it simple, guys. So, our answer now here is, alright, 1 and 16 over 33. Okay? Do you understand? Of course you do. Okay, next. We have here 1 and 5 over 8. So we have now a different given number. It's a mixed number and then the fraction. Okay, now, first thing to do is to make this mixed number to a fraction or to a improper fraction. Okay, so just like this one. Okay, so now we have here 1 and 5 over 8. Okay, so 8 times 1, 8, plus 5, 13. Then copy 8. Alright? Understand? Okay. So now here, we now have the same kind of fractions. Alright? So from 1 and 5 over 8, it becomes 13 over 8. So now, it's time for us to find the numbers that we're going to multiply to each denominator that could make them both the same. Alright, so now, okay. So here in this example, we multiply, or I multiply, as you can see, multiply by 6. So do the same to the numerator, and this one is 4 because that's only then they will have the same denominator. Understand? Okay, so now 13 times 6, 78. 8 times 6, 48. 9 times 4, 36. 12 times 4, 48. So now we have 78 over 48 plus 36 over 48 equals. So 78 plus 36, 114. Then copy the denominator, which is 48. So this time, it's improper fraction. So how many 48 are there in 114? It's 2. What's number left? 18. And copy the denominator. As you can see, there is a visible number to both 18 and 48. So what's that number? It's 6. Alright, so it's 6. So 18, okay, let's write division. Alright, so 6, Alright, so 18 divided by 6, how much? It's 3, right? Okay, bear with me guys here. Right, I'm sorry. Okay, again. Okay. I have some problem here. Okay, divided by 6. And you will do the same to 48. So 48 divided by 6. It's 8. Again, copy 2. Copy the whole number 2. Then 18 divided by 6, 3. 48 divided by 6, 8. Okay. So this is our final answer, not this one. Okay. So again guys, you really have to simplify your answer. Okay. So again, what's the answer again? Okay, so the answer is 2 and 3 over 8. Understand? Alright, so again, just a reminder again, don't forget to simplify your answer. You really have to think of what number that divisible to both numerator and denominator. Take note that it should be the same number, not a different number. If it's different number, then you don't need to simplify. Alright? Again, if the final answer is improper fraction, then you have to make it into a mixed number. Understand? So that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoy our lesson. See you soon, and thank you. Goodbye.